The design and manufacturing information section of the technical documentation should provide detailed insight into how the device has been developed and how it will be produced. Next to a description of the design process, the documentation should present information on the manufacturing process and materials to be used for the device. It also includes the general safety and performance requirements, the implemented risk management approach, the quality control measures throughout the design and manufacturing process, and the final product testing. Manufacturing sites should be stated, as well as suppliers and subcontractors involved in the design and production. These technical documentation sections are strongly connected with each other and are essential for demonstration of conformity with the medical device regulations. To demonstrate conformity with the medical device regulations, a manufacturer needs to provide information on justification, verification, and validation of the design decisions for the device. Justification involves providing evidence of the design stages that the device went through and explaining changes made to its design from one design stage to the next. Such a report is often referred to as a design history file. Verification means, did you develop the device right? Is it meeting the requirements established at the start of the design process, the MDR's general safety and performance requirements, and the standards you used? Validation. Does the device deliver what was intended? Is it achieving the clinical benefits which it aimed to achieve? And is the device adequately meeting the needs of the users? The technical documentation should provide insight in the methods used, including study protocols for verification and validation tests, and the results and conclusions of these tests. This includes preclinical as well as clinical data on, amongst others, the device's physical characteristics, electrical safety, biocompatibility, and stability, including shelf life. Overall performance and safety of the device should also be well documented and demonstrate that the risks are adequately mitigated by the device design. Standards that are harmonized with the MDR provide manufacturers with a means to assume conformity with the requirements when following these standards. However, application of these harmonized standards is formally not obligatory, as long as appropriate evidence is provided to demonstrate conformity. In earlier parts of this course, we already referred to a couple of relevant harmonized standards for quality management, risk management, and for the information supplied with the device. In another part of this course, we will tell you more about the MDR's expectations on risk management and on clinical research, and the accompanying standards. Some of these harmonized standards are generic, like IEC 60601 on requirements for medical electrical equipment, or ISO 10993 on evaluation of biocompatibility for materials for medical devices. Other harmonized standards apply only for a specific product category, such as ISO 11607 on packaging of sterilized medical devices, or EN 14079 on requirements and test methods for gauze absorbency. On the website of the European Commission, you will find an up-to-date overview of the standards that are currently harmonized with the MDR, since this is an ongoing process. So far, I mainly mentioned example harmonized standards with requirements on physical properties of medical devices. Being a design engineer myself, specialized in human factors and usability evaluation, I also need to tell you more about the MDR's expectations on usability validation, of course. At the time of this recording, being August 2024, the most recent usability engineering standard, IEC 62366-1 from 2015, is not listed as a harmonized standard. However, the previous version, IEC 62366 from 2007, was harmonized with the predecessor of the MDR, the Medical Device Directive. This implies that performing usability engineering has been recognized as an appropriate process to manage use-related risks for medical devices. And also note that the MDR states that manufacturers should take the generally acknowledged state-of-the-art methods into account in their device development. As such, this suggests that the updated usability engineering standard 62366-1 and its accompanying technical report 62366-2 are strongly recommendable for structuring the design process. Part 1 of the standard outlines the steps of a proper usability engineering process with the aim to identify and minimize use errors and to reduce use-associated risks. Part 2 contains tutorial information to assist in complying with the standard and offers more detailed descriptions of usability engineering methods that can be applied with the design process.